Alrighty, dudes, what's up? We're back again with another video. This time we are going to be talking about, I think, something that's maybe a little bit more unpopular of an opinion within the community, and it's so in season 2, whenever you had reaping, you also had like the Bwonsamdi buff. That Bwonsamdi would appear after the dungeon timer was completed and give you the option to be able to get a buff that would increase your damage by a pretty sizable amount. That seemed like it was going to be returning inside of patch 8.3 with like a Ny'alotha fish-esque thing. But on the most recent patch of the PTR, that has been removed. And personally, I don't hate this. And we can actually take a look at the article that was posted on Wowhead today talking about the fish being removed. Basically, it says, whenever we first reported on the Awakened/Corrupted affix, we noticed that the buff can be obtained whenever the key timer expires. This returning the Bob buff, Bwonsamdi buff, whatever, seems to have been removed at some point. The fish that does not appear at the beginning of the instance or after any boss, even after the timer is expired. He may exist somewhere under different conditions, but we weren't able to find him anywhere. Basically, Squishy and I were not able to find him under any circumstances of what was happening. Basically, this is probably to prevent Bob Run's Season 2 strategy of completing a weekly key, since the weekly Mythic Plus chest will now be awarding Mythic Island level loot. Alright, so basically, what is Bwonsamdi's bargain? He allows you to increase all healing and damage done by 20%, and he also resets Bloodlust. If you guys didn't play in Season 2, basically you get 20% healing and damage and then be able to reset Bloodlust, allowing you to get multiple Bloodlusts on a fight. Why do I actually think that this is okay to be removing? So this created a playstyle that was actually fairly toxic, because people would actually just start power feeding to the first trash pack in an instance in order to be able to get the buff and complete the dungeon with the least amount of resistance. And that's why I believe that it was pretty toxic as a whole. I guess the only great alternative, and this is the point of this video, is that I don't hate that this was removed. I do hate that this wasn't changed to being something else, because if it had to either be in exactly as it stood versus being removed, personally, I would prefer it be removed. There could be one very good change of how this Bob buff, or this Bwonsamdi fish, whatever you want to call it, got changed. And if it was able to, like, if it was based on the dungeon timer and not based on like deaths, because I don't want you like having to like feed run straight into like trash packs at the very beginning of the instance. But after 36 minutes or whenever your dungeon timer expires, honestly, probably getting this buff is pretty good. This is pretty advantageous, but I don't want you to have to feel obligated to just like power feed to a dungeon just to be able to get your weekly key done. That created a super, super toxic play style overall. But yeah, so they are removing Bob buff, unfortunately. If I had to assume, I'm probably going to assume it's not coming back. So it will not make a reappearance. But I'm kind of sad that they didn't change it to make it to where that you actually had to complete, like, either after the dungeon timer had expired in real time, or after you completed just like a certain number of the checkpoints. Like if you completed half the bosses and if you had killed like half the bosses plus the full dungeon timer had expired, then you had the option to get the buff or something like that. That would have also been super nice, but unfortunately it feels like they're just probably scrapping the whole entire idea. So it will definitely not be a thing come patch 8.3, unfortunately. Alrighty, so that will be that today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you later. Peace.